Hi, folks! Welcome to another Professor Hotkey discussion. This is where we spend a few moments looking for and identifying sticking points in our trading executions. In our last discussion, we discussed training in the right way, which we determined was to do our training before entering the race, before entering our trades. I think we would all agree that developing a high level of mental and physical dexterity within our trading platform is essential. A big part of that dexterity is in our hotkey and keyboard proficiency. After all, our keyboard, mouse, and trackpad is our physical connection with our trading platform. These are our tools of interaction. Our goal is to become an execution specialist, a master of our tools. This is certainly a goal worth striving for. The question is, how do we achieve this? As with anything, how do we become good at something? Repetition. In this discussion, we need to separate training and activity. Randomly banging keys and seeing how fast we can be is just activity. We need to develop a training environment where structure and discipline is adhered to. However, as important as that is, there is something equally important that needs to come first. No matter who we are and what our experience level is, when we first come to the Hotkey Trainer Suite, we are all new. There will be a certain amount of time that must be devoted to playing around, getting a feel for things. Some of you are experienced traders and will already know your hotkey layouts. Setting up the Hotkey Trainer and getting into structured training will be fairly quick. However, for the rest of us, we need to find our groove. We may not know what hotkey layout works best for us. We will need time without any structure and discipline to play and experiment, to figure it out. This is the time to create, edit, and delete layouts, and the Hotkey Trainer makes that easy for us. Once we think we have found a workable layout, it's time to hone in on it and become a little more structured in our training. Practice it, while being open to changing it if it doesn't feel quite right. Now is the time to experiment. Take your layout and put it in the light speed drill. See what happens when you try to execute your hotkeys quickly. Pay particular attention to the core keys. Do you start having fat finger issues? Test different layouts. Your core action keys need to fit to you. Putting a sufficient amount of time into this discovery phase will pay off handsomely. Once you are satisfied that your layout fits, move to structuring your training in a progressive and disciplined way. Remember that training for accuracy first before speed will ensure that you are learning the precise mental and physical memory motor skills. Accuracy will breed speed over time, but speed will never breed accuracy. Although we have been discussing hotkeys, the same idea can be applied to keyboard symbol entries. Use the keyboard trainer to experiment between typing symbols and using a copy-paste approach. Are your typing skills particularly difficult? Head over to the Dex Trainer and use the keyboard key layout. Make use of the key lights to help point out the keys. When you become proficient with that, remove the visual location cue by creating a letters group with the same keys in the symbol group side. If you are looking for a number pad drill, set up a group with your keypad numbers and create a drill in the same symbol group side, using your number keypad to execute. It's highly beneficial to divide your keyboard into subgroups. Learn the subgroups, then combine them until you're proficient with the entire keyboard. See if that helps with your accuracy and speed back in the keyboard trainer. The Hotkey Trainer Suite can provide us with many different ways to train both our hotkeys and symbol entries. Train with deliberate focus, but also challenge yourself with variety. Identify your weak areas and create specialized drills that will give you the reps necessary to smooth your executions out. No matter how much we train or how good we get with our drills, nothing can really adequately prepare us for the tension of active live trading. The drills help us learn our keys with commands and prompts. However, this is quite different than reading and responding to charts and level 2 data. The Volatility Trainer and the Race to the Top drills are game-based drills designed to help bridge the gap from responding to a command prompt and executing from candle chart action. Even though the chart is purely fictional and is not intended to represent actual candlestick charts or their action, it can still provide a useful tool when developing our hotkey dexterity. The takeaway here is to train and prepare ourselves the best we can. But there will always be a transition from training to racing, from running our drills to actual live trading. Being aware of this transition and the limitations of training in this context will go a long ways in our overall training and trading experience. It goes without saying, better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. I will see you in our next discussion as we continue to identify our execution weaknesses and look for ways to sharpen our skills.